Hi everyone, my name is Rose, and today I'm filming the finale for the Zodiac Pan Art Project Pan, which is the PANtastic Ladies collaboration project pan. I have more info in the description box because I can never remember info very well, so I just leave it in the description box so that way I can like come back to it and be like, oh, I forgot this and this and this. So it's all just in the description box. This is a finale. I'm so happy I did this project because I feel like this project was the first project that I actually kind of found where my like strengths in Project Penny is. Like, I've reached goal on everything. Barely. But like I had four items left. And today I'm wearing the last couple uses on each of the four. The last like use on each of the four. But yeah, this one was the only one I was like, the lip gloss I was like a little worried about, but like I reached all of it. So first, because I have 4 left, I have Aries, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Capricorn left. So let's just get into the items. Is this that one? Yeah. So first off is Aries, which is the shade Blood Moon from the Sephora Pro. What is this called? Editorial 2.0. This is my blush for today, and I'm not wearing it on my eyes actually because I was like, I only need one more use. I'm gonna put it on my cheeks, and then I don't need to wear it on my eyes, although it does go really well with this red. But yeah, I really like both of the Sephora Pro palettes I have. Like this one and the other one that's in this project. Like right now, this one is more my speed right now because I just don't really want super dark looks, and the other one leans very dark because the other one's called Smoky Jewel, so it's like really smoky. But like these are some of my favorite palettes, these Sephora Pro palettes, and this one is just so very like I want to like play around with this more. But I've like having these colors in here, I've like experimented a little bit the last like month or two with like different color combos and stuff, and I feel like it's just been great. So like none of the shades from this palette is on my eyes today though, but the one shade is on my cheeks. So yeah, next for Scorpio is the shade from the So Jaded Cafe Lights. I swore, oh, and the goal was 50 uses. I reached 50 uses. I used it 5 more times this month. So yeah, this one. So the goal was 30 uses for this. I used it 4 times, so I got to that 30 use mark. Great. So yeah, I swore I was gonna hit pan on this, but I didn't. This is the only thing that's on my lower lash line is this shade. I just took a little smudger brush and like did on my little lower lash line. Cause I was like, I want like a brown, and then I had a different look in mind, but then this shade on my lid turned out darker than I thought it was gonna be. Cause first I was gonna do this shade that's on my lid, just do that, and then do the shade that's my liner, like in the outer half on top, and then do the red. But then I was like, oh no, I don't want to go darker than this, so yeah. But Garnet, I thought it was a hit pan. I mean, there's a pretty big dip in it. But like, yeah, I thought it was a hit pan. I think I could put in a project to hit pan, and I could hit pan pretty easily maybe. I don't know. I don't really hit pan all that often because I don't repeat looks. So like it's very hard for me to hit pan because I don't repeat looks. And I'm always like, oh, I'm in the mood for like this for like 2 weeks to maybe a month, and I switch it up completely. I know I use complete different things, so it's like I'm always like switching things up so often that I just don't really stick to one shade that long. So yeah, I thought it was a hit pan. I didn't, but this palette, just So Jaded palette from ColourPop, I always find like, even if I get sick of it, I'm never sick for very long. I feel like I'm very inspired by this palette, and I could like use it so much, I get sick of it, and then like a month later, I'm like, oh, I want to reach for this again. This is also one of my favorite palettes. Like all 3 of these palettes are some of my favorite palettes in my collection. I mean, I only own, well, technically I own 20 now because one is in the mail to me and still arrived today. I almost said 19, but technically I'm 20 now. But this is like some of my favorites. So these 3 that are in this project, there was 4 originally. And the other one is also one of my favorites, but like that one rolled out a while ago or whatever. So I love this palette. Which all 3 of these palettes are discontinued. I mean, so you can't even get them anymore. Next is from Sagittarius, and that's the Wet n Wild Scorpio lip gloss, which I have on my lips in a very, very thin layer. Like, I put the smallest amount on because I was like, I don't want my lips super purple because I don't feel like it really goes with my look today. So I was like, okay, I need to wear this because I need one more use on it, but I'm just going to put the thinnest layer on. This, I feel like I'm getting pretty low. Like, my goal for this was 30 uses again. Yeah, 30 uses. And I had 27 last time, so I only need 3. But, yeah. So, it's getting pretty low. Like, I think I see windows, like, down to here. So, like, there's only, like, a third of it left, maybe. And I think I might, like, I've been putting this in a project every year and getting, like, anywhere from, like, 20 to 40 uses on it. I think after next year's project, next year when I, like, use this another, like, 20 to 40 times, I think I could maybe pan it the rest of the way after that one, which is super good. Because I really like this. It's just a little bit too dark for me. And I feel like the blue shimmer is a little bit too much. Like, if this was just purple and not blue shimmer, but I would love it. But this is the Wet n Wild Scorpio lip gloss. I don't know if I said that. I think I did. But I really like this too. There was some things I would tweak about it to make it like perfect, but I like it. So yeah. And last but certainly not least is the shade for Capricorn, which is in my other Sephora Pro palette. This is the Smokey Jewels. So this is has a bunch of dark shades. This is the shade I'm working on is Earth, which is my liner for today. Like, Earth, it doesn't look that dark in pan, but you see how dark my liner is? It's like literally almost black. But yeah, my goal for this was the 40 uses. I got 35 last time. I last update I had 35, so now I used it 5 more times and I made it mostly by using this as liner. I think most of those uses I used it as liner because do you see how dark this shadow is? It's like super dark. Like, yeah, I'm wearing 4 eyeshadows. Yeah, I'm wearing the Garnet and then I'm wearing Driftwood. Driftwood is the shade all over my lid. I thought it was to be a little bit lighter than it is, but it's like more of a mid-tone when I thought it was to be more like maybe a little bit mid to light, but it's pretty mid. And I'm like, okay, so yeah, I put just driftwood all over the lid. I used this as liner. I used Garnet on my little lash line, and I used a shade from the I Heart Revolution Marble Rose Gold in my inner corner. It's like literally like a white with the teeniest bit of like cool tone brown in it. So it's like so pretty. It doesn't like pull gold or anything, which is good because all champagnes on me, because I wanted something like neutral in the corner, but all champagnes on pull so gold on me. It's like champagne on me looks very, very gold. They look so gold that I'm like, oh, I can't really wear them with red because I don't like the look of red and gold together. So I was like, oh, I'll put that shade, and that shade is like my most reached for shade in that palette. So I'm like, I reach for that palette to use that shade in my inner core so much, but I blended that onto my lid a little bit too. Well, I really like this eye look, even though it's a little bit darker than I was going for at first. But it's like, I feel like blending it onto the shimmer lightened this shadow up a little bit more because it's a little bit darker than I've been going for. But like, yeah. And this palette is really pretty too. It has like, lots of people say this is very similar to Born to Run. I never had that palette. this one was more calling my name than that one, because I feel like Born to Run is even more brown than this one. Like, this one has so many things, and I've reached into so many of these shades during this project. Like, I've reached into Sapphire a lot. Sapphire and Indigo are too similar in my opinion, but like, I've reached into that. I reached into Canvas a lot. Like, Canvas is another one that I use. Like, Canvas, Earth, and Obsidian, I use those as liners all the time. Like, if I want a black liner, I reach for Obsidian. This is the black I use for when I want black liner. Like seriously, and these are so pigmented that when you like stamp them on, like, they are literally like, it's like almost as pigmented as a liquid liner. Not quite, but it's like almost there. And it's like seriously so pigmented. It does mean that these are a little drier and a little bit harder to blend, but they're really pretty, and I really like this palette. And like, probably this second row is my favorite row, and these are the shades I use a lot in here. But like, I really like popping some of these, like, for a little fun pop. Or I also did an orange look recently with these, because I was like, I want to do that again. So yeah. But there's not really that many browns. Like, literally in this palette, there's what, 4 browns in here. This shimmery brown, and then these 3 matte browns. And I feel like the Born to Run has like way more browns than that. And a lot of oranges. I don't really like orange that much, but these oranges, like, I could fight with occasionally. I like rarely use them, but I still like, I don't really like orange. I like the other shades in this palette more. So yeah, Sephora Pro, Smokey Jewels. But yeah, I love all these palettes. I've loved all the things I've had in this project. Like, I had what, 2 nail polishes that I finished, 2 or 3, no 3, it was 3. 2 was like goal of finishing, and 1 was like a topper that I had a goal of like use 15 times, and that one I think went out pretty quickly. And then I've had 4 eyeshadow palettes, 1 lip gloss, a lip pencil, and is that it? Oh, and a glitter that I was using on top of a nail polish. Totally forgot about the glitter. And a perfume. There's so many things I've had in this project. Most of them were like usage goals, because that's what I do best in. But yeah, I'm so happy with the way this project went. And I feel like I should do more projects like this. Like, smaller projects that probably has like maybe 10 items, and I could do usage goals. I can like feel like I could make a lot of use on all my products, because then I could like figure out things to like roll in and stuff. But I'm super happy to also have this project be ending, because I'm happy to have less eyeshadow to work on, because I'm going to be moving in 2 months, and like, I'm trying to rotate through so many things right now. I'm trying to make sure I like everything I have, I love, and I can bring with. I'm trying to finalize a few things to be like, okay, maybe I don't want this or this, but like, I'm pretty sure like almost all my eyeshadows I'm kind of really into right now. So it's like, I don't think there's any on the choppy block. Maybe 1. There's maybe 1 on the choppy block, 1 eyeshadow. But yeah, there's 1 eyeshadow palette that I also want a Depot too. And I want to go through my singles too, but I haven't done that yet. But I'm just going to leave this video off here before I ramble about like nothingness. So